It's about time. and even though we do have Oakland on the game of the week this week, again, welcome to the Eternal Baseball Podcast. I've been rocking that Ricky Henderson shirt back there, a couple of Oakland games in a row, but I mean, it's Sun Devil weekend, baby. Like, come on.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, pretty excited about it. We don't swim in this pool very often, so congrats to Coach Dillingham and all.
Welcome, Dave.
Getting it done. Look at this. We got people lining up for the baseball tonight. We appreciate it. Hello, Dave. So welcome to the Eternal Baseball Podcast. If you're brand new, I'm Mark. He's Brent. We are lifelong friends and huge baseball fans. And I'd like to say that we take all the credit for the roaring success of Eternal Baseball as we're here in season 5. Cameron Fletcher knows what's going on.
Welcome, Cameron.
Good at halftime, yeah. And that's when they give Mahomes all the new flags for him to throw in the second half whenever there's a problem. So he'll be loaded up and ready to go. And they're yellow, so they fit the uniform just fine. But yeah, we do have a good game tonight. And it didn't even occur to me that this is the second time we've had the A's in 4 weeks. They are the defending champs, but the matchup was just too good to ignore. It's Birmingham Knights. Those are the assembled legends from the Negro Leagues taking on the Oakland A's. And the A's are the best team so far. Look at my camera getting out of sync. The best team so far in season 5, and they're the defending champions as well. And given what happened to the poor fans in Oakland, I don't have any problem with us shining a little spotlight on the A's. So
our gift to you.
We're just here to help. And the consolation gift is 3 seasons and $63 million for Luis Severino, who must love Sacramento, I guess. so I mean, good for him. Getting away from the busy New York hustle and grind, right? Like, yeah, I'm gonna go. It's pretty much the antithesis. So
just buy a ranch out there somewhere, you know.
Pretty much, right? Yeah. And then when they move to Vegas, he'll be like, "Nah, I don't need that. I'm going to Kansas City, or who knows." But good for him. He got paid. And as we're all waiting for Juan Soto to sign somewhere.
Yeah. What's the scuttlebutt on that? I haven't heard much.
Most people, from what I've read and heard, most people believe the Mets will not be outbid. Because Steve Cohen can spend, well, everybody can spend, but he's willing to outspend everybody. And so they've played their cards pretty close to the vest from what I've read. Most people believe he really enjoyed his year with the Yankees and wouldn't mind coming back. If you can make that much money and not be the lead dog, right? Not have all that pressure right now. I mean, he'll be the guy, you know, as Judge starts to slow down. Hey, and maybe Judge's decline started in the World Series. Who knows? But a lot of people believe that whatever his top offer is, he'll take it back to the Yankees and give them the option to match.
Okay, so he might come back. Yeah,
he might. But New York has a lot of holes, right? If you're looking at, God, they're talking about over $700 million. And I'm not, believe me, I am not pro-owner and anti-player, but the idea
it's so much money. It gets to a point where it just becomes comical almost.
It's like $50 million a year for 162 games. So he's making, Jesus, what's he making?
$1 million, right?
Every 3 games?
Yeah.
Ugh. So 333,000 a game. Figure 5. He's making 60,000 on a bat, right? And I can go up there and do this, right? Like,
I can be Ron Hunt. I'll get my elbow over the plate.
Yeah, come on now, let me in there. But anyway, we're not promoting it. Yeah, here we go.
Yeah.
Bam. Yeah.
Scott, are you making fun of my lingo? Come on, Cameron.
Yeah, right.
That's a capital phrase, if I ever.
Right. You don't like any of that? You don't like all that hullabaloo? That's fine.
Next episode, I'm going to go hit the dictionary, the Urban Dictionary from the early 1900s. They must have a version somewhere in print.
Somewhere, Ron Ricketts is smiling like with scuttlebutt and hullabaloo on the same program. So, a couple things we want to go over, and one of them I just managed to run into before we're going live today. So the Veterans Committee came back with 2 guys that they're going to enshrine in the Hall of Fame. And it's the Cobra, Dave Parker from Pittsburgh, and Dick Allen, mainly from the Phillies, White Sox too. But it's one of my favorite things to do in Eternal Baseball is we always, for the little thumbnails we use on the screen and in the game, if you're a Hall of Famer, you have a Hall of Fame logo in the lower left or right-hand corner, whatever's more aesthetically pleasing. And so I got to add those logos into for both Dave Parker and Dick Allen today. And there'll be more. Each row will be the headliner of this class. But who else?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Give a shout out to
Fitzmaurice.
One of the Royals passed away this week. We'll also want to give a shout out to Phenomenal Smith, the best name Brent found on Baseball Reference this week.
It was a good one. His stats didn't back it up, but
not in Eternal Baseball. But great name. What else do we have? Looking at birthdays for the day, the luminaries, Mike Mussina, the funny thing is Mussina, about half and half Orioles and Yankees, but he pitched in the toughest division in baseball for his entire career, right through the teeth of the steroid era, and won 270 games. I think, I say in retrospect, but even now looking back, right, with the shrinkage of importance for starting pitchers anymore, 270, right? I mean, there's only a couple guys now who are going to win 270. Verlander probably will. I guess Scherzer might. Kershaw, maybe. But, I mean, that is a dying breed right now. So
yeah, Cameron has a point, too, in a hitter-friendly park. And
that's right.
Those are big headwinds for him to pull that off.
Yeah, an absolute stud. So give it up for Moose. No props, but happy birthday to Josh Donaldson, one of my least favorite Yankees ever. He's only in New York 2 seasons and is the career leader for singles off the wall. Like, I can't tell you how many times he hit one and just watched it go, 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 as Berman would say, back off the wall, and then got held to a single, didn't even get a double out of it. So I was glad to see him go.
It's almost, it'd be better if he just got thrown out, right? Going for 2.
Right.
I mean, honestly, it would be better than just standing there.
Then at least he gets the walk of shame. My favorite walk of shame, Jose Molina was the backup catcher for the Yankees, the less talented Molina. And this was only like 4 years ago, I think. And he started the season 0 for 31, right? And he was a backup catcher, so he was only playing every 5th day, maybe. And then he finally laced one to left center, but not to the wall. And he hit first base and he made that left turn. And he was thrown out, sliding into second by like 5 feet. And the Yankee dugout just exploded in laughter. Killing their own guy, who instead of, a good solid knock, and there he is on first celebrating, instead he's got just dirt all over his uniform, down his shorts and his mouth. And he's making that long walk back to the dugout, now 0 for 32. Oh,
the best is when I just love when they do this. They slide short. so the shortstop's just sitting there with the ball, and there's like 3 feet between him and where the foot ended up.
Speaking of the Cobra, Dave Parker, I think it was when he was with the A's at the tail end of his career with the Bass Brother A's. He hit one and pretty much got into the Hubble telescope to watch it go. And it was right down the line and right, and it hit. It was probably fair by 3 inches and short of a home run by 3 inches. It was just barely off, as far in the upper right corner of the wall as you could get. And as he grounded first, he went, "Oh, son of a bitch," and took off towards second. And I got to find the clip. His slide into second was just a thing of legend. He went in, he tried to go in head first, but he was stretching so hard that it turned his shoulders. So he landed like the outside of his right foot, knee, hip shoulder, elbow, and hand all hit at the same time. This is 40-year-old Dave Parker, right? He had to be going 3 bills. And he just hit colossally and was probably out, truly. But the dust cloud he kicked up kind of obscured the call, and they gave him a mercy double. It was tremendous. So kudos to Dave Parker. Oh, and look at this. I'm not the only member of the Josh Donaldson is Killing Me fan club. Yeah. He was one of the, he was a Sean Avery type. Except you didn't like having him on your team, right? Like,
just some of those slides, man. I mean, you sort of forget how brutal some of those slides could be back in the day.
The ones I never forgave were other middle infielders, right? Chase Utley's slide, right? Like, you're a second baseman, you know what it's like. Or Machado spikes up into Dustin Pedroia that effectively ended Pedroia's career at like 33. Yeah. Right? Like, Pedro would be a Hall of Famer with 4 or 5 more years tacked on, right? He took a hometown discount to stay in Boston. And then Machado, a shortstop, goes over the bag with a spikes up slide high enough to get him right below the knee.
And that was regular season, right?
Regular season.
I mean, you can kind of excuse Utley's just because of the, gravity maybe of the playoff situation, but yeah. Regular season, though. Come on.
Middle infielders, like, I remember a Yankee. I don't remember who he was, some prospect when they were terrible in the early 90s. He did a legit barrel roll into second base. And back when Milwaukee was in the AL, like they are in Eternal Baseball. And he just bent Jim Gantner's knee in half, just the wrong way. Right? And Jim Gantner was not a fantastic player, but he'd been there like 15 seasons. They loved him in Milwaukee. And here comes this rookie with no idea what he's doing. And he literally turned into a steamroller. He just went head towards the pitcher's mound and just rolled into it.
Oh, man.
It almost started a brawl. Once they got Gantner out of the way, then, they came pushing and shoving. And I'm like, yeah, even as a Yankee fan, I'm like, yeah, get this kid.
You probably took a couple in the ear in the next series.
I think they set him down after. I didn't remember who he was. Right, the Yankees were so bad back then. Right, some 19-year-old would get 2 hits at Double-A, and he'd be in Yankee Stadium the next day, totally unprepared, but maybe better than anyone they had. Anyway, look at I forgot the rest of the birthdays. Vernon Wells, Hank Thompson, Spoon Carter. You probably had to do something to earn the nickname Spoon. And the less said about that, the better, probably. What else is going on? We gave a little spotlight in the Eternal Baseball newsletter on Friday on the Washington Monument, Frank Howard, one of my favorite nicknames, all 6'7" of him, who is hitting .424 right now. And if you're familiar with Frank Howard, he was an absolute slugger. Like they thought when he was young, he was 6'7" in the 60s. And they thought he might challenge Ruth's single season record. Started as a Dodger, then went on with the Nationals. And just was, he was your classic one true outcome player, right? He was just pure slugger, home run kind of guy until the Nationals got Ted Williams out of retirement to be the manager for a couple of years. And Williams called him into his office when he first met him, and he said, I got a question. Why do you swing at pitches that aren't strikes? Frank didn't have a real good answer for that. And so Ted kind of turned his career around. He started, he was never going to hit for crazy average, but he started to walk more, right? He stopped swinging at garbage and did quite well. And then ended up moving with the Nationals to Texas. He played half a year in Texas, and then I think he was outright sold to the Detroit Tigers for their pennant push. So not traded, not released, just sold.
Not even a player to be named later.
I looked at a couple places and just sold. So, Senators, not Nationals. My bad. Thanks, Cameron. The second edition of the Senators became the Rangers, and that's where he is now. all those second tier, but second go-around Senators are now property of the Rangers, and he's one of the few on the squad, and he's hitting .424. So
Whew.
kudos to Frank Howard.
This could be the year.
It could be, man. Here comes Texas. And yeah, Birmingham normally runs away with the South, but they're 11-12. So they can be had. They just need Texas or Kansas City, somebody to show a pulse, and maybe we'll have a race in the South.
Love it.
What else do we have? The Tigers are on a 6-game losing streak. We have a friend reminding us that Ty Cobb shouldn't be hitting 180, and I totally agree. We'll see if that turns around.
Cobb hasn't had a good year yet, has he?
Hasn't had a good year yet. and there's a couple guys like that. Steve Carlton hasn't had a good year yet. Tom Seaver hasn't had a good year yet.
Crazy.
I'm always wondering with Cobb, because the bunt was so much a part of his offensive game, if the computer just doesn't know how to handle a guy with 225 hits on the year and 28 of them are bunt singles, right? And I've played games as this, right? It's having Cobb up is great, man. If they bring the corners in, he's just hitting line drives past people. Or if they leave him back, he's just dropping that soft little bunt. So I can get it, but yeah, I know.
Welcome, Munchkin.
I wish it was better. The thing to keep in mind, and I've done this speech a lot, remember that everybody's stats think 25%, right? So Cobb's peak average is like 406, right? But you immediately got to chop 100 points off that because of the level of pitching he's facing every inning, every day now, right? In Eternal Baseball. So he should be hitting like 310 or something like that, 305. And then you got to look into the manipulator that the computer does every year. Every player can be anywhere between up 30% and down 30%. So if he's 305 on average against this level of pitching and he's down 30%, then you could have Ty Cobb hitting 212. And it would be an extreme case, but he hasn't had a 300 season yet. He hasn't even been average in any of our 4 seasons. And he's off to a rough start in season 5. Matter of fact, he got hurt. He's going to miss a week. So,
man, well,
hopefully, maybe he's been hurt. He's been nursing that injury, and this will bring him back, and he can be the smiling peach we all know and love.
He can reset his head. Yeah,
a little time off. Never hurt anybody. Let's see. Okay, so Yankees have won 5 straight, but Boston is still rolling out in the East. We'll look at that soon. As we talked about it is the Knights at the A's tonight. And this is the first game off the Monday schedule. So they played on Saturday, and Sal Bando cracked a 3-run homer off Hilton Smith in the 7th inning to make a winner out of Lefty Grove in Game 1. In Game 2, that was today's game, Jose Canseco and Jimmy Fox both homered to lead Eddie Plank to his second win as the A's beat the Knights 9-2. A's outfielder Al Simmons tore his right ACL rounding first base in the 4th inning. He is our first season-ending injury.
Oh, wow.
Bad news for the A's because he was hitting like 360. Oof. So the first real adversity for your defending champion Oakland A's, as Al Simmons is done for the year. So Oakland is 19-4. They're hosting the 11-12 Birmingham Knights. But the pitching matchup, come on now. Satchel Paige, who has scuffled a little bit, 0-2 with a 5.22 ERA against Vida Blue.
Wow.
He's 2-0 with a 2.52. So we got a really good pitching matchup.
This could be a fast one. Fast broadcast.
Let's hope, because I've been blabbing. So let me share my screen here. This one, and share the audio, of course. All right, so here you go. Here's the week that was. Oh, here we go. Royals fan. Yeah, I want the Royals. I mean, we don't root for, I'm a Yankee fan, I've been clear about that, but we don't really root for teams. We just want good races, and we haven't had one from the South yet. So it's got to be the Royals or the Rangers who make that push one year. Maybe this year's the year. But this week, As you can see here, we're out here in week 4, reading down. So if your team's highlighted in pink, it means it was a rough week. If it's gold, it means it was a golden week. So Detroit 0-6 this week. The Marlins 1-5. But your team's making a run at it. The Dodgers 5-1, the Yankees 5-1, and these A's 6-0. So
wow,
yeah, been pretty good run for them, and you can see it here in the overall division standing. So Dodgers have a 5-game lead over the Giants. Houston and Atlanta tied atop the NL South. I love the NL North every year, right? St. Louis has a 1-game lead on Chicago, Cincinnati, and Pittsburgh. So
so good.
Yeah, they're rolling. Philly's starting to assert themselves. They were below 500, but they're a game up on the Mets. Out in the East, in the West, which is this is what I'm happy about. Oakland's 19-4, but they're only 2.5 games up on Minnesota, who's been really, really good. And then finally, Seattle 16-8. We keep waiting for Seattle.
There they go.
To have their year. So it is early, but you know what they say, you can't win a division early, but you can sure lose one.
This is the Eric Hansen Cy Young season. Here we go.
So good, right? And who else? Oh, and LA, the Angels, not bad, 14-10. Down south, there's Birmingham with a 3.5 game lead on Texas and Kansas City. Notice I left out Tampa Bay when I was talking about teams who might possibly make a run. It's just Tampa, 5-19. Let's see what else. In the North, I love seeing the White Sox at 500, just because I know how bad a year it was in Major League Baseball on the South Side. So 12-12 for those.
That's
White
a competitive
Sox.
Race.
Yeah, not bad. Right?
Mediocre, but
any one of those could get hot and win that. And out in the East, Boston is. I know they're only up a game, but man, they've been playing really well. So maybe this could be the year that Boston grabs the East. Boston actually eliminated the Yankees, I think, last year in the playoffs.
Yeah, I think so.
So they can keep this going. Yeah, Tampa could make a comeback.
They got a chance. I wouldn't wager on it, but
I mean, we're not just poking.
It's possible.
We're not just poking fun at Tampa because they're Tampa. But the younger an expansion team you are, the less talent you have to choose from. So Tampa's in a rough spot. Arizona's in a rough spot. The Nationals only get to pull from 2005 and up, since we kept the Expos their own team. So, yeah, feeling bad about it. It's a great line from Jim Cornette where he said, it wasn't about the Rays, but in general, that a hurricane ripped through Tampa's ballpark and did $3 million worth of improvements. Sorry, Tampa. All right, so that's the week that was. Those are the standings. Let's get to the ball game. Oh, here we go. Yeah. I have faith, Cameron. I have more faith in you making $1 million than Tampa coming back to win the AL South. But
hope dies last.
I mean, you would think they've got all in their prime: Snell, Price, Archer, and who am I forgetting? Glasnow, right?
Yeah. It's conceivable they all hit a big modifier one of these years.
Yeah, they would really need to have 4 aces. But I'm like Lloyd said, so you're telling me there's a chance. That's right. So here we are looking at the Monday schedule, and we have played all the games except this one. So if you want to get a jump on tomorrow's scores today, here they are. But the one we're interested in is down here, Birmingham at Oakland. And I got a brand new picture of the A's ballpark because the old one was kind of grainy.
Looks good.
So, man, the foul territory is ridiculous at Oakland. So, well, I'm looking forward to that. Okay, so it is, get to the lineups. It is Satchel Paige today. And I'm sure he's going to break out. No big deal that we had to play against friggin' Sandy Koufax last week and Satchel Paige this week. Yeah, Rob's got an excellent point right here. Yep. Oh, they're all injured. Rob knows exactly what's going on.
Soto. Munchkin gave us an update.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. Oh, okay.
Oh, man.
Everybody said the Mets would beat any bid. So that, and I am a Yankee fan, that frees the Yankees up to go after first baseman and Anthony Santander and Max Fried and whatever. So he was great. Wish he stayed, but man, you can use $700 million to fill a lot of other pieces on the roster. So, all right.
Rob thinks they should sign Alonso.
Yeah, just as the payback. Yeah, I kind of like Christian Walker from the Diamondbacks better, just because the glove plays. Like when Giambi signed with the Yankees as the reigning AL MVP, but they played him at first base to start with. And I remember the first game after I've been watching a string of Mattingly to Tino Martinez to Mark Teixeira, just flawless play at first. And someone skipped a throw and he pulled the scoop hand up too quick and it skittered into the dugout guy with the second. And I couldn't process it. Like we haven't had to deal with that in 18 years, right? But now it's a thing, I guess. So we'll see. Okay, so it is Vida Blue. And then we'll be able to set the rest of the lineup. So for versus righties, we're looking at the stats.
Rob sold on Alonso. Here we go.
I know Alonso has been working hard on his defense. So, but his numbers have also started to trickle. So we'll see. All right. So OPS versus right-handers. Well, looky here. It's Sal Bando.
Love it.
From ASU. Taking care of business.
Is Simmons not hurt? Was it someone else?
Where is Simmons?
He's just below Bando.
Whoa, that's weird. Maybe I got the date wrong on that. Because he's totally supposed. Oh, wait a minute. You know what? Hang on. All right. Hang on here. Let me do a couple of things here. Let me hide that. I'm just going to have the computer fill the lineups here. And then we're going to back out of this game. Yeah, it's fine. Playing the third.
Pitching for Oakland, Charles Bender.
Because I want to make sure I'm not playing a game from the wrong
fielder,
day.
Oscar
okay, gotcha.
Charleston.
Yeah, in that game. Because I've done that before, and it's a pain to fix. And since the computer schedule always defaults to start in January, in the past of this year, with Marty McFly hitting cleanup, I want to make sure I'm doing this right. Because, yeah, they had Simmons out. They said Simmons was hurt and would return on December 6th. And he got hurt on December 8th. And I'm like, oh, geez, that's almost 365 days, right? Like, he's got to be done for the year. But maybe there's something off there. All right, so I'm on the right day here, December 8th or December 9th, 2024. All right, let's take a look here again. Yep. Pitchers are Satchel Paige and Vida Blue. And then batting versus right-handers. Wow, they have him not hurt. All right, well, maybe strike that. I'll dig in and see what happened there. But either way, nice to have you, Al.
Yeah.
We're gonna plug you right in. It's almost sacrilege not to lead off Ricky Henderson, but he has been struggling against righties. So
you can get him in, man. No one's going to begrudge you that one.
I suppose the fans came to see Ricky. So we'll put Simmons. Now, Simmons is a phenomenal left fielder, and Ricky is okay in left and below average in center. But I think defensively, if you put Allen left and Ricky in center, it's actually their best option. Max Bishop is new to the lineup or to the roster this year. Or not to the roster, but up from the inactive roster because we had, where'd he go? Bob Johnson was qualified as a bad second baseman forever. And it turns out he only played like 40 games there. And it's just shy of the cutoff. You got to play 45 games to be eligible somewhere. So he, lost his second base eligibility.
Oh, that's huge.
So there he goes. You can DH him if you want. His numbers bear it out. But you also have Canseco Giambi and Jimmy Fox to get in the lineup.
Got to get Fox in there for sure.
Gotta get Foxy in here. All right, so maybe it's Fox at first, Giambi, DH.
I didn't realize Fox caught a little bit.
It's a 4 is not terrible. It's below average, but good to know.
I mean, Steinbeck's only a 6, right? So,
yeah, I mean, he's
Cochran.
He's no John Olerud, but so here you go. Canseco has the better numbers. Reggie's the better fielder. Do you want Canseco or Reggie?
Let's do Jose, and then we'll get Reggie off the bench.
All right, that gives us we need a catcher and a shortstop. So it looks like it's Jimmy Dykes at short, and not Campy. And then looks like Steinbach because Mickey Cochran's off to such a terrible start, especially against righties.
All right.
So there we go. Now over here, man, they got some studs on the Birmingham Knights. So they're facing Vida Blue, so we're interested in lefties. So yeah, Josh Gibson.
Jeez, dude. Both their catchers are
look at their
9 or 10.
Yeah, their defense. Like Josh Gibson isn't the best catcher on the team. Like that's ridiculous.
Funny.
So let's see.
You choose, man. I just want to make sure Mule gets in there.
Mule's he is an absolute star. The problem here is if you play Mackey, you can play Gibson elsewhere, but it's kind of a shame because he's not very good anywhere else. But Mackey's so good. Maybe Mule ends up at first today. Go Mackey.
Man, this lineup. Oscar Charleston is all the way down there.
So good. And then for on base, looks like it's Bullet Rogan, who started yesterday, which is like 7 of their guys pitched too. So if it was ever like a marathon extra inning game or a real postseason series, it'd be murder because they have like 19 pitchers on their roster. So Bullet Rogan goes to left. Buck Leonard's a fantastic first baseman, a 10, which is rare. So it kind of breaks my heart to have Mule as a 4. But the only way to move Mule is to make him the DH or make Gibson not catch.
Yeah, I don't know. You choose, man. I have no preference. So
maybe if Gibson is a pretty bad right fielder, Rogan would go to left. That would let Mackey catch. That would let Suttles DH, and then Buck Leonard could play first, where he's one of the best of all time. Okay. Turkey Stearns in center.
Sure.
Pretty slick. Actually, maybe we'll space them out. Willie Wells is always fantastic. Judy Johnson is a fantastic glove. Look at the defenses other than Gibson. And he's a 9 too. We're just playing him at his 3rd best position.
Dahigo? Yeah, Dahigo a second.
I think his nickname was the Devil, which is pretty awesome. So
looking good.
I think it was Dahigo. Okay, fine. So we're ready for baseball.
Pitching for Oakland.
Sounds working. Yep. All right.
Leading off for Birmingham, left fielder.
Look at this beautiful picture I got. I was so happy with this because the other one was old. And look at all the damn foul ground.
That's so much foul ground.
Like this is the best place, or it was, for a pillow contract for a pitcher, right? Just come here.
Yes.
Like you're getting 3 extra outs a game, probably 1 full inning of guys fouling out that wouldn't have been fouled out somewhere else.
It's huge.
Man. All right. So we'll give the Knights back to the computer. And we better get moving.
Cameron. That's funny.
Yeah. That's a good point. I love that Henderson's number is retired up here, and there he is in center. That's pretty awesome.
That's cool.
All right, let me just see here. Set up. If I go large on the photos, is it too big? It doesn't look too big. Hang on. Because these are a little too postage stamp for me. It's not changing at all.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah. Good enough.
Is that display? No. Oh, well. We'll roll with it. Oh, baseball cards. But the bad kind, right? Like the cheapo wannabe sets that I would get the Henderson out of and throw the rest away.
That was a classic.
Yeah, that stuff. All right, so here we go. Out of blue. Oh man, it's like I've never done this before. Birmingham computer. There. Max Bishop's all over that. Good name. I know anything about Max Bishop.
Designated hitter, Mule,
Yeah.
Suttles.
Mule Suttles. He's a terror.
Catcher, Biz, Mackey.
It's a good lineup, man.
Right?
Sheesh.
That's my daughter's name.
Oh.
Biz. Al Simmons all over that.
Pitching for Birmingham.
Back from the dead, Al Simmons.
On one knee.
Leading
Here's
off
Ricky.
for Oakland.
All right. Here we go.
They have Ricky
Four.
as an
Ricky
8 bunter.
Henderson.
I never remember him bunting. Not once, not ever.
You know, once he started hitting a couple leadoff homers, you kind of got the sense of that.
Yeah.
That's
Could you imagine if he'd have worked on bunting, though?
Strike 3.
Oh, well.
Left fielder.
Oh, it
Oh,
looks
no.
like Biz
Simmons.
Mackey is hurt.
oh.
So Mackey is heading for the dugout. All right.
All right.
Strike 3. Tear out.
Second baseman, number 4, Max Bishop.
All right, Max. Here we go. Our first test of the acreage of foul ground.
So they put Santop behind the plate?
Yeah,
he-
Santop's a good
Right
catcher,
fielder.
too.
Oh, okay.
Gibson.
Interesting.
And we have Gibson's DHing, right? Oh, no, he's in right.
Yeah.
We could twist this around when they take the field defensively. This is Josh Gibson.
Oh.
Al Simmons getting a hot dog.
Pummel.
Yeah, you know what? I'll take it. If Josh
First
Gibson wants to
baseman,
hit a 4-hop
Buck
single up the middle,
Leonard.
he's a little frisky over there at first, though, so we're going to keep an eye on him. Okay, that's bad. Here's Buck Leonard.
Ball 4.
Oh, boy.
Shortstop, Willie Wells.
Strike 3.
All right, sitting down.
Center
All
fielder,
right, so
Turkey, Stearns.
before Turkey bats, let me take over Birmingham for a second here. So Santop is not a bad catcher, but he also plays in the outfield, but only in left. But Rogan is equally good in left or right. So if we move Rogan to right field, it won't let me do it. But we can move Rogan to left, Rogan from left to right, Santop from catcher to left, and then Gibson from right to catcher. It'll improve our defense everywhere, actually. So
Perfect.
all right. So we'll get to that when they're in the field. I should have done it last inning. Options setup. Computer gets Birmingham. Turkey Stearns.
Oh,
Sal.
get there, Sal. Oh, he's got
Dive
it.
Sal. He's
Get
right there.
Ah.
Pummel.
He's tired now. Right? It's like when the receiver catches a 60-yard bomb. Sometimes you need a timeout. You got to sub him out.
Strike 3.
Turkey
Third
Stearns sitting
baseman,
down.
Judy Johnson.
Judy Johnson. Al Simmons. Just happy to be here.
Third baseman,
Hopping on one leg.
Fernando.
He came back in. It's like wrestling. He came out of the ambulance. His head all bandaged up. They're playing his music. All right, so Birmingham. Let's fix your roster. Rogan goes from left to right. Gibson goes behind the plate. Santop goes to left field, and everybody's happy.
There's a great quote. It was a Vance like quote where he's talking about the differences between the Cardinals and the Pirates team. And he said when he was, before the game in the clubhouse with the Cardinals, everybody be reading the paper, but they'd be reading the financial section, right? And checking on the businesses and stuff. And then, but when he was with the Pittsburgh Pirates, they'd have their papers out and everybody was trying to figure out whether Hulk Hogan had retained the title or not.
It's a little different in Pittsburgh.
So
It's
good.
so weird to me that they had to make a decision on which outfielder to keep between Van Slyke, Bonilla, and Bonds when they chose Van Slyke. Now I know he probably came a little cheaper, but
Oh, for sure, for sure.
here's Sal Bando with his ill-fitting hat.
I don't know much about Bonilla in the clubhouse, but he's certainly Van Slyke was certainly a better clubhouse presence than Bonds too. I'm sure.
First baseman,
Bonilla was
Jimmy
an absolute
Bonds.
turd with the Mets. I know that, but
Was he bad?
yeah, he challenged a reporter to a fist fight. It was
Oh, really?
ridiculous.
Nice. Well, I miss the old NFL too because they would show them just huffing away
Yeah.
on those oxygen masks.
In the Super Bowl when James Harrison intercepted Kurt Warner and ran it back, he was like 270, right? Holy smokes! And he was sucking the oxygen. All right, so Jimmy Fox
Take key.
sitting down.
Yeah, at some point the memo came out from the NFL office, and they're like, "Yeah, we can't
Yeah, don't
show these guys looking this bad."
Jason Giambi with a tapper to first, but he's safe. He legs it
Right
out.
fielder,
Known for his
Jose
wheels.
Canseco.
Yeah, Jason Giambi. His brother Jeremy, not so much.
Ugh. Slide, my man.
Slide, dude, slide.
Second baseman, Martin.
I gotta see that footage again though. Was the guy on the on decks? Was the on deck guy? Did he actually motion for him to slide? Did
I'm
he just?
not sure. I'd have to look at that. And man, even standing up, he is. Some people say safe.
He got in.
But
Yeah.
he is barely. If he's out, he's barely out. Right, like
Yeah. That would be interesting if with the additional 3 angles that they have
Right.
now and slow mo and.
in my opinion, given the brilliance of the Jeter part of it and the Posada part of it, and just the absolute boorishness of Jeremy Giambi's non-slide, I'm okay with it. I'm also a Yankee fan, so I'll take it.
Yeah, Cameron thinks he was safe too.
I don't know if he was totally safe. It might have been safe. Here's Philip Rogan tapping the Vida blue.
Whoa. Got down the line pretty quick.
He's moving. He's Mule Suttles. He's got some kick. Bando's a great glove at third. Did you get him?
Poke.
Yes. He did.
Oh, all right.
Here we go. Cameron knows what's up. He
Left
totally bugged me. Yeah, I'll agree with that.
Santop.
I'm Mark Weber, and I endorse that message. So 2 down. Here's Louis Santop, the happiest guy on the team. You know what the H on his hat stood for? It stood for hate. He hated being there. Man, that's not going to help his mood at all.
Shortstop, Jimmy Dykes.
Jimmy Dykes.
There we go. All right, rally time.
Yep. Leadoff man on.
Catcher, Terry Steinbach.
It was a terrible bunter. I remember the time Steinbach got voted into the All-Star game because the A's were great and they had 5 other starters or something. And he was hitting like 221 or something. And then he had a home run and a sac fly and won MVP. Like
That's right.
off Gooden or something, right? It was ridiculous. All right, here's Ricky Henderson. Oh, he gives it a ride.
Ooh.
Santop's under it, though. He's not happy to be there.
Yeah, Steinbeck always struck me as one of those guys that, if you just saw them outside, on the streets, you'd never suspect that he was a professional athlete, right?
Yeah.
There's certain guys like Peter Crouch, right? Premiership player.
Yeah. I love that bit of the Kruk quote where a lady approached him on a bus or something. It was like, "Are you an athlete?" And he's like, "No, ma'am, I'm a ball player." So Kruk.
So good.
Here's Al Simmons. Oh, look at this. Back from the dead. Zombie Simmons.
One of the upcoming birthdays is Gorman Thomas, right? So I was trying to find a photo of him. It just exactly the ball player frame, right?
I never saw him play, right? But he's rated pretty well defensively as a center fielder. And I just look at that dude and go, who's putting that guy in center, right? But getting it done. All right, so second, third after Bullet Rogan juggles the
Max
ball.
Bishop.
Can you, in today's game, right? They'd be calling Bullet Rogan into the office and go, look, your name's Benny. So we can't be going with Bullet with our whole anti-gang initiative.
Yeah, Washington Bullets was such a cool name, too, for the NBA.
It really was.
So good.
Here's Max Bishop. Did we have 2 down?
Yeah.
All right. Well, no problem. Here's Josh Gibson. Nothing to worry about.
We'll take it.
Oh, no, he won't.
Oh, Canseco nailed him?
Canseco got him. Wow.
Love it.
I don't mind trying to take an extra base on Jose. He's probably not paying attention.
That's smart.
Yeah,
right.
I was living in D.C. actually right after they became the Wizards. I was there for Michael Jordan and the Washington Wizards. It's incredible.
Ooh.
That was a rough go.
That was a tough era.
Oof. My favorite bit of that was Jordan had the career or the single game scoring average record, right? Like 34 points a game. Excuse me. But he was playing with the Wizards and he was still scoring some, but it was like 20 a game and it was on like 34 shots, right? But who cares? Who's going to tell Michael Jordan to take less shots? But his per game average for his career kept coming down a little bit. And he wasn't that far ahead of Wilt, who had passed on by that time. So it was all 7 foot of zombie Wilt coming back from the
just grave. Creeping upwards.
Yeah, and towards the end, Jordan started taking like 50 shots. He's not going to let that happen. But it kind of coincided to when somebody wrote the paper. Jordan's biggest, or the article in the paper, Jordan's biggest threat, Wilt Chamberlain with a question mark. And then wouldn't you know what happened from that day on, just like 50 shots a game, like not happening, Will. All right, here's Willie Wells.
Yeah, Kwame Brown, as Cameron says, had a pretty tough go. That's a tough environment to go into.
I remember when Jordan was with before he wasn't playing yet, but he was a general manager, right? He traded or signed I forget if it was Byron or Brian Russell, the Jazz guy he shoved off.
That's right.
To get that last shot off. And as soon as he showed up, the reporters were there like, hey, did Jordan shove you on that last shot? Like, what's he going to say? Right? He was diplomatic, as I recall. Here's Turkey Stearns. And if you're not buying Turkey Stearns as a real name for a center fielder, I'll raise you Cool Papa Bell, who's on the bench. Here's Judy Johnson sitting down.
Yeah, Kwame was kind of the Greg Oden.
Oh, man. Greg Oden was the original LeBron, right? In that he looked 40 when he got drafted. How do you have gray in your beard? Come on now.
Well, I mean, as I think it was Bill Simmons made the point, it's like he walked. It's not that he looked like a 40-year-old man. He walked like a 40-year-old man, right? When you saw him coming down the tunnel.
They should have a pay-per-view in Portland, or like at halftime, just a one-on-one game between Sam Bowie and Greg Oden. Be amazing.
It's not that they flamed; it's who they gave up, who they could have had, right? I mean, if you have a chance for Durant and obviously Michael Jordan, it's like,
yeah.
I mean, honestly, we've talked about this before, but they had Drexler, so you understand the pick, but
yeah,
but the Durant one made no sense.
Yeah, no sense. No, not feeling that at all. And Durant is the last active link to the Sonics.
Oh, is he? Okay, interesting.
Yeah, because he was a rookie in Seattle. Oh, we got a single to left. Do we send Bando home? 46% chance.
I just want to see Bando barreling home. I say we go for it. Coin flip?
There's nobody out.
Come on, Weber.
No.
Come on.
Not with nobody out.
Right.
I've come around on this. Like with 2 outs, does the next guy have a 46% chance to knock him in? Probably not. So, yeah, with 2 down, but not with nobody down. Come on.
Boo.
I know. Voice of reason. I'm the guy saying punt it away. I'm the guy saying I'm always conservative. Here's Jason Giambi. Flying out to right.
46%.
67. I'll give you a 67 with, with one
let's
out.
go. Let's go.
Fox the second, 54%.
That's up to you.
No. Slide, Bando, slide.
Oh, he's gone.
He's in there. Nice. Okay.
Got a Bartolo Colon comment. Ooh. I love it.
That's awesome. I love that his nickname was Big Sexy.
Was it that homer he hit? Who did he hit it off of? I'm trying to remember.
I remember he hit it off. I remember it. And they made a bobblehead of it. But they made his torso bobble instead of his head. So his belly actually shook. And he had to sign off on that, right? Like, that's awesome.
Oh, he had a good sense of humor. You felt right on that stuff. Here's more power to him.
Jimmy Dykes walking.
Satchel
Paige is in trouble.
We got to rally. Here we go.
One down. Bases loaded for Terry Steinbach.
Just who you want.
I think it's foul. Oh, is Santana going to get there? No. I think they're intentionally obscuring his bunt numbers from us just to save us from ourselves.
Strike 3.
Oh, Terry, come on.
Now it's all up to Ricky Henley Henderson, the Christmas baby himself.
Strike 3.
Sit down.
Oh, Ricky, come on. That was our big inning.
It was our chance, right? 1-0 A's. Here's Martin DeHigo. I think that's how they pronounce it. And Bullet Rogan. Oh, I think he bunted that. What a shot.
Playing some small ball on us.
Yeah, for Mule Suttles. Oh, Jesus. I think one year he led Eternal Baseball in triples with like 18. And he looks like a big guy. I don't think too many skinny guys are named Mule, right? But Mule Suttles, triple machine. That one's a double. But we're tied up 1-1. Here's Luis Santa.
Strike 3.
Sit down. All right, 2 down, base is empty. Gibson hitting 405 on the year. Buck Leonard behind him hitting 244, and he's left-handed.
You got to walk him.
I am all for putting him on.
Yeah.
He's 2 for 2 on the day. Gets a step. Hello, Buck.
Strike 3.
Sitting down. Look at that. Simple game. Like use the tight end on the 5-yard line or closer, right? Always works. I don't know why people don't get this. Here's Al Simmons, zombie Al Simmons walking. You know he walked out at first like this.
Should we hit and run? How's Max Bishop? Let's do it. Let's hit and run. Let's get crazy.
Bad. Look at that, Roto.
Send him.
You must have played this game. 91% chance to get to third.
Yeah, let's do it. Get a little sack fly next to the about here.
I don't know. That throw's pretty slow.
He's going pretty slow. I think he got injured.
I think he got him at third. He's gone.
Oh, come on.
Well, in fairness, he does have a torn ACL. That hurt. Sal Bando to the rescue, though. We're not. Run, Sal, run.
That's two.
Boy. Yeah.
Well,
I can't tell if Sal's looking deflated or if that's just his hat. Look at that.
That's such a 70s outfit with the collar.
They can't even find him a hat that fits, and he don't care.
The mustache.
Yeah, it's straight 70s.
Strike 3.
Willie Wells, Turkish Stearns.
Strike 3.
Ooh.
Bobble Torso. There you go. Judy Johnson.
Strike 3.
Ooh,
wow.
Blue.
Slaying.
There's Jimmy Fox. Oh, yeah.
There we go. That's 2.
Run, Jimmy, run.
That's 3.
Rogan's not even moving. What did he bamf over there and get the ball?
Oh, pick it up, Fox.
Okay, good.
Oh, woo.
Leadoff triple for Jimmy Fox. Here's Jason Giambi. He's a terrible bunter.
Yeah, Sal looks like he works at a burger joint or something, right?
Right?
Like, there we go.
But Giambi with the single. And it's 2-1. A's retake the lead. Here's Jose.
Come on, Canseco. There we go.
Loving it.
All
First
right.
and second, Jimmy Dykes. I don't know if he can bunt. Maybe we should find out.
They're really rubbing in that play for Judy Johnson there.
Right? It's kind of tough. You want to bunt here? I don't know if he can bunt.
Yeah, we could bunt.
He's a quick little shortstop type.
Yeah, let's do it.
Run, everybody.
Oh,
All right.
yeah. Well done.
That's fundamental baseball, baby. Elmer Groner would be so proud right now.
Hey, man. Why is Steinbeck always up when these runners on base? The ducks are on the pond and Steinbeck is up.
What we need now, Roto, is the golden at bat.
Yes.
I love how that leaked. Like,
Yes.
Oops. Yeah, and then it got murdered.
It more than murdered. It got pieced out and dumped in the bottom of the ocean.
The voice of reason was Roger Clemens, who said, so if you strike out Ohtani with the bases loaded, they could just put him up the bat again.
He doesn't even move. He just kind of nods over the dugout. I think we should. How about we use our put Reggie up here, and then we'll throw
It's not bad.
Cochran up.
We got room for that. Hang on. It's a right-hander. I mean, Bob Johnson actually has a far better OPS so far.
All right,
1,122 to 810.
let's do it.
Cameron Fletcher says, do you have a third-string catcher? Yes, we do. His name is Jimmy Fox.
Matt Chapman.
Yeah, right.
I'm sure actually Matt Chapman could pick that up in like a week.
I love how they asked Chapman about playing shortstop for a little while next year. And he's like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, it's just not nonplussed, right? Like,
Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, he's like, have you seen my glove? Have you seen my arm? I can play shortstop.
like it plays anywhere.
Yep. All right, so here's Bob Johnson, poet out of profit.
Pinch hitting for Oakland. Bob Johnson.
All right.
Ball, ball.
Walking,
Oh,
okay.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Who we got? Ricky.
Come on, Ricky.
There we go.
They say he's a really good bunter, Roto, even though I don't remember that.
Here we go. Homa.
All right. It's hard to double up Ricky Henderson. Oh, I don't think Diego even got the out at second. Oh, maybe he did.
Oh, dude.
Diego steps on second. There will be no throw to first. Giambi scores 3-1.
Cameron thinks it. Yeah, sorry. I guess we already pulled the trigger, but
Yeah.
we might, yeah, should we steal? Yeah, we got to steal here, right?
I'm thinking maybe we should have Simmons take a pitch so Ricky can get a second look because 70% is kind of low for Ricky.
Okay.
Right?
Let's do it.
Ball.
There's a ball, too. 66.
Yeah.
Let him take again. It's 1-0. Who cares? 34.
Wow.
It is 2-0, though. Fine. Strike. All right. 91, baby.
Green light.
Do you want to double steal it? Do that delay double steal?
I don't think so.
All right. Steal. Just
If it was anybody else, I don't trust Canseco to.
that's probably true. I don't trust him to get the sign right, to be honest.
Oh, Cameron wanted us to hit and run. That might have been good
That
too.
was not a bad
I didn't
call.
think it's all right. We had tunnel vision there.
I had Ricky fever. All right. Here's Al Simmons. Oh, look at that. Clean single to left.
They better not even give us a pop up.
Right?
Yeah, come on.
Ricky actually had to slow down so he didn't
Pitching for
lap
Birmingham.
Canseco on the way home.
Reading.
Look at us, man. Oh man.
Oh, and just like that, Paige is
Wow.
out of the game. Dick Redding comes in relief.
Well, all right. Good inning.
And you know what? It so rarely does, Cameron. But we will take it. Yeah, we had a good inning. We got Vida Blue rolling. He can throw 135 pitches. He's at 103. And in the pen, it used to be Raleigh and Eck, right? The Mustache Brothers, which is fantastic. There ain't nothing wrong with Raleigh and Eck. But this year we got to add Mason Miller.
Oof.
Right? And he's filthy. So
good.
We got a chimera out there in the bullpen to play with. So just keep an eye on it. We got to fix our catching. So that would be Cochran coming in for Bob Jones.
All right.
Actually got better, but behind the plate.
Strike three.
Vida Blue.
Man, he might go 9. Let's see
Strike
here.
three.
Right? I mean, God, I don't want to leave Eck in the pen. Right? It's almost like
Yeah, that's true.
It's like not opening that Optimus Prime toy, right?
Yeah.
Here's Mule Suttles. Oh, that's a Mule Suttles kind of shot.
Laser. Jeez.
He hit that out so hard it looks foul. Right?
Yeah, Simmons is totally discombobulated out there.
It went like 40 feet foul after it cleared the fence. Salute, Mule Suttles. 4th home run.
That's some Beckham swerve on that one.
Dude, he's got it. He knows what's up. Wait a minute. I don't even know how to get to the screen, but good enough. Thank you, Mule. We appreciate it. Still 5-2, Oakland.
It's a laser.
2 down. Vida Blues are going to be out of pitches here in 15 pitches.
I think we get him out of this inning.
Do we warm somebody just in case?
Yeah, what do you want to do, Eck? What do you want to do, Miller? What do you want to?
Hang on. Isn't Raleigh's a lefty, isn't he? No,
Yeah.
no.
Oh no, sorry, Vida is.
No, they're all righties. So I would say Miller first. Oh boy.
Is he gassed now?
Oh, nah, we could do a mound visit. That'll give Miller more time and let us check on Vida. Says
Yeah.
he's still strong.
Strong.
It's 5-2 with Josh Gibson at the plate.
Yeah, let's get Miller in. Let's do it. A little get the gas man in
Yeah,
there.
Gibson is actually better against lefties. So Miller's ready. What do we say? Come on now. Did they do? I didn't know if they did this in Oakland. Did they say it's Miller time? Because they should have.
I don't know. I guess it depends on sponsorship.
19. Mason Miller.
Sandtop's at 84% to steal. We're not going to let that happen.
Yeah, I think what Cameron's paying more attention than we are.
Look at him now. 97.
Oh my goodness. Cochran's a decent catcher too, isn't he?
Yeah. Wow.
All right.
You want to pitch out? Because
Yeah,
I can't throw over again, or I walk it, or they have
Let's
that
do it.
rule.
Okay. Yeah, let's pitch out.
Go, Santop. Man,
Did he
nothing
fake
going.
it?
Yeah,
Oh.
he took a hop but didn't go.
Jeez, 95. My goodness.
All right, I don't want to go to 2-0 on Josh. Hey, shut him down.
Wow.
Love it. Man, sometimes these games are really hard, but games like tonight, man, you can coach in the big leagues. If people are eagle-eyed out there, they're looking down here and going, that guy plays EverQuest? Goddamn right I play EverQuest. Those skeletons aren't killing themselves.
Do you have it open right now? We'll immediately transition into.
No, it would slow things down on my Compy 386. All right, here's an Albando.
We should do one episode where we just comment on you playing EverQuest.
Right. Where I go to the Iceland of Hallis and try to jump over all the NPCs.
Train. Do they still have the zones? So they still have.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then no one yells train anymore. Everybody has some kind of feign death or teleport me out of here potion. So
Oh, okay. So there's
nobody runs like a maniac.
no foot races. That's all I ever did when I played that.
Get out. Here's Jimmy Fox.
It's like I was so low level, I was being chased by like caimans and stuff. Like,
oh my God, it's 2 kobolds.
2 kobolds. Is that a bugbear? Time to bolt.
Here's Jason Giambi with 2 down. Oh, look at him.
All right,
Go
steal.
for 2.
Oh, he got looked like he was thinking about it.
Yeah, maybe.
Hey, Canseco's had a pretty good game. All right,
Yeah, not bad, right?
2-run blast.
One of the funny things with Oakland, McGuire can't sniff the main lineup. Because if you remember McGuire in Oakland, he had those heel injuries for a lot of the 90s. It was hard to string together 3 really good years for McGuire's career in Oakland. So he would actually be a far superior player as a Cardinal. But that ain't how it works. He played most of his career at Oakland. He's an Oakland A. So he's also sitting behind Jimmy Fox and Jason Giambi. All right, so we got Mason Miller. Man,
slinging.
Yeah, first sign of trouble, we got Raleigh fingers. Oh, nope. Just like that. Turkish Stearns. Mr. Miller, I'm impressed. Oh, Jimmy Fox dropped it.
Was it a bad throw?
Sal. He thought it was Sal's fault. Meanwhile, Chapman's in the dugout just biting his tongue, right? Not saying a word. That wasn't his fault. Still 5-2.
We should probably get someone up here.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Should we get Eck or Raleigh? What are you thinking?
Both. Actually, Eck doesn't have many pitches, so I don't want to burn him out and warm it up. So we'll do Raleigh first. Judy Johnson gives that one a little ride. Canseco's under it, and it's off his head. All right, so
yeah, you know Sal Bando can make a mean pizza for sure.
Yeah, that's probably it. Yeah, he probably did. That's how the hat got flat, was him jumping up to hit those bricks, trying to find coins.
How dare you? How dare you, sir?
Was that racist? I hope not.
Very bigoted. I don't know about racist, but it was very bigoted.
Yeah, that's fair. I'll take that. Here's Jimmy Dykes.
I was actually Luigi for Halloween. So.
Were you?
Yeah, I was.
Awesome. Jimmy Dykes is getting 2 out of this, guaranteed. Oh, he's going for 3, Roto.
You got it.
I think it's in there.
Catcher,
Triple is first.
Mickey Cochran.
Man, should we squeeze this? Let's squeeze this.
Yeah, Cochran's a 1 out of 10 in bunting.
Oh, okay, let's not squeeze this.
Look at those ears. Holy smokes. The drag coefficient. Right? All right, so nobody out. Don't got to warm up back yet. Look at that. Beautiful. Cochran off the bench. Single to center. 6-2. No longer a save situation.
All right, Ricky, do something.
And here's Ricky. Come on, Ricky.
Strike 3.
Sit down.
Oh, man.
Tough to be Ricky.
Murder.
Al Simmons. Taylor made Wells to Diego. Looks like Cochran took out Diego. All right, so with 2 down, we've got Miller with plenty of pitches. We got fingers ready. Do we want Eck warming up at all? Or is
Let's
that
not worry about it.
In a 4-run game?
Yeah, no worries.
Ball 4.
Max Bishop is here. Take care of business. Here we go.
Reggie, is it Reggie time?
For Bando, you know, you could no, Bando's our best hitter.
Yeah, let's let him rip.
But you could defend it by putting I would say Donaldson. Ooh, by putting Chapman in as a defender in the 9th.
Yeah, it's perfect timing. Leave that comment up there. Oh, no. Shoot.
Santop's got it. All right, Fingers is ready, but Miller's still dealing. Miller, because it was a converted starter, has a ton of pitches. He can throw 75 pitches.
Wow.
That'll fade as his starter years go off of his 3-year average. But ooh,
All right.
is it Raleigh time? Just that fast?
Sure. Let's do it. Just to get him in.
Just to see it, right?
Pitching for Oakland, Raleigh, fingers.
So good. So good.
He just got done blowing up Nakatomi Plaza, and now he's ready. Oh boy.
All right, I guess we got to get Eck up. Huh?
Yep. I'm like, look, man.
Nothing is ever easy.
Jeez. You're going to see all of the Oakland Chimera here. Mule Suttles, no big deal. Oh, boy.
Hey.
We're about to get
I mean, we can, if we do a mound trip, the fingers are strong. Yeah, he's only thrown 4 pitches, I think, but.
All right. Come on.
Eck is ready. Do we want Eck right now?
Oh, your call, man. I don't know.
He's only got 25 pitches.
Let's go one more, maybe.
One more with Raleigh.
Hopefully it's not a dinger.
Oh, he hit
Dead
him.
ball.
See you, Raleigh.
Wow.
What an implosion.
Pitching
Who else
for
do we have? Chief?
Eckersley.
They don't have any other real relievers, but they've got other starters.
So we're riding and dying with Eck right now.
With Bender, Coombs, or I mean, it might make sense to have somebody get rolling, just because. Actually, Holtzman's probably
Ken Holtzman. Okay, the long guy.
the 5th starter, long guy, but it'll take him a while to warm up because he's a starter. So
Okay.
it's not a bad idea. Josh Gibson versus Dennis Eckersley with the bases loaded.
Jeez, dude.
3 bottom of the 9th.
If we lose it,
Right. Foul, but tap
Foul
foul.
ball.
all right.
0-2. 0-2.
Let's do it.
Oh, Jesus.
Did he
Simmons
get
is under
that?
it. No, Zombie has it. And he holds Rogan at 3rd. What a beast.
Wow, that's some terrible base running.
Yeah. 1 down for Buck Leonard.
Strike 3.
Sitting down.
Ooh, all right, we might pull this out yet.
Willie 0 for 4 Wells against Dennis Eckersley. Cochran's like, you're amazing.
so much better than the previous 2.
Right?
All right, 0-2. Where are we at?
Raleigh fingers. More like rally fingers. Come on.
Here we go. 2-2.
Sit
Yes.
down.
Hey.
It gave us a little Tiger score, by the way. So there you
Final
go.
score from Oakland Coliseum, Oakland 6, Birmingham 3,
That's pretty good.
has won 7
Sal Bando's in 462.
to win.
Bad, right?
He is now 3-0 on the season. Satchel Paige is the loser. He is now 0-3. Dennis Eckersley gets the save. Number 7. Mule Suttles hit home run number 4 on the season. Time of the game, 3 hours, 32 minutes.
And Paige had a plus stuff,
He
too.
had good stuff too. Yeah, but
Wow.
Oakland doesn't care. Look at Raleigh fingers. No innings pitched, 2 hits. And he hit a guy too, right?
Yeah.
Terrible. And then Eck comes in and is like, did he strike out the side? No, 2 or 3. Okay. So player of the game, Dennis Eckersley. Mackey's injury is today only. I'll look into old Al Simmons there and see why they listed him as out for a year with a knee injury and then made him available for tonight's game. So I guess everything's sunny in Oakland. So kudos to them. So, hey, we win like usual. No big deal. Pretty happy about that. Looking at the games of the week, we've been pretty AL heavy, so we'll try to give the National League some love moving forward. But if you like what you saw, give us a like, give us a follow. You can always find Eternal Baseball at our homepage. That's eternalbaseball.com. You can find us on Facebook. You can find us on Twitter. You can find us on Instagram. There's many ways to follow Eternal Baseball. And as always, totally free. So if you like what you saw, let us know. Leave us a comment. Again, give us a like and subscribe. Everything helps.
Yeah.
And we run live games, put the box scores up 6 days a week. The only day that's travel day is Friday, and that's when the free Eternal Baseball newsletter comes out. You can sign up for that at eternalbaseball.com.
Yeah. And stay tuned for an hour of EverQuest.
Oh, going to be so good. The Adventures of Weber Soze.
Weber Soze, yes.
Going to be a good show. So yeah, stay tuned for that, and we will see you next. Hold on, let me get set up here. We will see you next week for another thrilling edition of the Eternal Baseball Podcast.
Thanks, everyone.